Benji was a curious boy with a wild imagination. Every day after school, he rushed to his grandfather's workshop. A little wooden shed filled with tools, gears, and half-finished projects. His grandfather had been an inventor, but he had passed away long ago. One afternoon, while rummaging through dusty shelves, Benji discovered an old leather-bound book. Its cover was cracked and the golden letters read, "The Book of Inventions." Excited, he opened it and found sketches of strange contraptions, each with instructions written in his grandfather's handwriting. The first page showed a drawing of the flying shoes. Benji followed the instructions, tying springs, wings, and tiny gears to an old pair of sneakers. When he slipped them on, he suddenly bounced high into the air, nearly touching the shed's roof. He laughed with delight, soaring over his backyard before crash-landing into a haystack. The next page revealed the talking clock. Benji used an old alarm clock, some wires, and a toy voice box. After tinkering for hours, the clock suddenly shouted, "It's time to clean your room, young man." Benji nearly jumped out of his chair. The clock had a bossy personality, reminding him about homework and chores. It wasn't exactly the invention he hoped for, but it made him laugh. Flipping further, Benji saw something even stranger, the invisible umbrella. The design used glass rods, mist sprayers, and a secret formula written in symbols. He struggled to decode it, but after mixing water with a few old jars of powder left behind by his grandfather, he held up what looked like nothing. But when he stepped outside into the rain, the drops bounced off mid-air. His neighbors stared, confused, as Benji walked around dry without holding anything at all. The book had dozens of pages, but one sketch was circled many times. It was called the Dream Machine. The instructions said it could turn a person's ideas into real working models. Benji's eyes sparkled. If he could build this, he could invent anything. He collected gears, wires, wood, and even a broken bicycle wheel. The process was tricky. He burned his fingers with glue, dropped a hammer on his foot, and almost gave up twice. But the thought of honoring his grandfather's legacy pushed him forward. Finally, after days of effort, the Dream Machine stood in the middle of the workshop. It looked like a giant helmet connected to a glowing box full of spinning gears. Nervously, Benji placed the helmet on his head. The machine hummed. "Think of something," it whispered. Benji closed his eyes and imagined a robot friend who could play soccer. Sparks flew, the gears whirred, and suddenly standing before him was a clumsy little robot with round eyes and a shiny smile. It kicked a ball across the shed, knocking over a stack of paint cans, but Benji didn't mind. His invention had come to life. Page after page, Benji kept trying new things. Hoverboards, self-tying shoelaces, even a machine that made endless bubble gum. Some inventions worked perfectly, others hilariously failed. But each one made him laugh and learn. As the sun set, Benji closed the book and whispered, "Thank you, Grandpa." He knew this was just the beginning of his own adventure as an inventor. The Book of Inventions wasn't just a guide, it was a doorway to imagination, creativity, and courage. That night, as he drifted to sleep, the Dream Machine hummed softly in the corner, waiting for the next idea. And Benji dreamed of the endless possibilities that tomorrow would bring.